What's going on YouTube? My name is Dogman the Hero, and welcome back to episode 2 of my Pokemon Infinite Fusion Type Switcher Nuzlocke. If you didn't see the last episode, we beat Brock using only Ice types, and today we're going to be, hopefully, defeating Misty using only Dragon types. So, I think that's going to be pretty fun. Dragon types are notably... there's a bit of a give and take with Dragon types in the early game, because, you know... You get Dragon Rage for most of them, which just incredibly stakes the odds with how low the HP is at this point. But they're also pretty weak. The first form dragons, especially, tend to have really low base stat totals. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Thankfully, I do know where to get one dragon immediately. We just got to go mushroom picking. And... my boy. Gible is legitimately probably one of my favorite Dragon-type Pokemon of all time. I'm gonna try just a regular Pokeball, because I'm worried about Dragon Rage. Well, I guess Switar can't die anymore, because we're not on ice. That is something I want to remind, is that the only Pokemon that can permanently die right now are Dragon types, because that is the type that we are locked into. Given that, can I even weaken Gible? I don't want to, like... Okay, we're going to risk a Mud Slap. Alright, good. It's another downside to early game dragons is, can we even catch them? Oh, come on, Gible. It didn't even think about it. It's a good thing I've got a lot of money. I don't know what I'm going to fuse Gible here with. I don't think I want to break up either of the fusions that I have right now. I want to try avoid doing that, if it can be. Oh man, it is a bit of a shame that our Gible is so low level. Like, I've got to immediately pause to grind again, and not even just Gible, because there's some more dragons we can get on the earlier routes that I want to go pick up. Shame we can't get Kingdra before Misty. I really like Kingdra. Unfortunately, I don't think. If I could bend the rules to let me catch the Horsey and fuse it with one of my dragons, just to have it there in spirit. Because we are doing dragon types, not dragon Pokemon. So even though Horsey is one of the most dragon Pokemon ever, it's not dragon type. So now we put to rest our MVPs from, well, MVP and last second edition that was not as good as I hoped. If it had Intimidate, it would have been really cool, but look at that face. Is that an intimidating face to you? And we have now entered the Dragon era. What wallpaper do I want to do for dragons? Volcano. Dragons live in volcanoes. We could do something really cool if I fused like a Hitmonlee, but I think I want to go poking around a bit before I lock into any singular dragon type. Did I even have to worry about Gible potentially having Dragon Rage? I think I'm thinking a Dino. Oh my god, that is a fantastic nature and the moves. Oh boy. Alright, well, episode just started, but I'm going to pause recording for a bit and go grind up our Gible boy, because, well, she is very weak. Also, another quick reminder, I'm not doing nicknames because I think the fusion names are fun, and the nicknames kind of get erased if you defuse anyway, so... anyway, I will be right back after I get Gible up to speed, and I think I'll just unpause when we get our next encounter. Alright, so I went back to Route 1 to do some grinding, and a thought occurred to me as I was fighting this Riolu. So, for anyone who saw the TikToks that I do to actually determine these types, It's a filter that gives me 2 types. The one for Misty was either dragon or fighting. And I'm sitting here staring at a fighting type. And I think it'd be really fun if I still had the, actually had a fighting type on the team. A dragon fighting type on the team. So I think what I want to do is catch this Riolu and fuse it with Gibble. I actually think that could be really cool. And we got it. And that should... Yes! Easy mode enabled. Well, kind of. We still need to get Gibble up to, I'm thinking at least like level 10. Oh. We need to do that. But while we're here, might as well just do this like immediately. So what do you two become together? Ooh, we gotta go with the one that's dragon type. And I think this is gonna be pretty cool. Oh, that is actually pretty sick. I like that. I really do. I forgot exactly where I've seen the... I think Steadfast is maybe a bit better. I like plus speed for this fusion. Oh, it kept Riolu's. Well, I'd rather quick attack than tackle. And then the easy mode move. But yeah, so that's Gilyu? That's what we're going with for that. Is gonna be kind of our main battling team member. Looking back on it, I think maybe the other dragon I saw... I remember seeing 3 of them, all pseudo-legend lines, but I think the other one might have also been in Viridian Forest. I'm gonna do some more looking around, grind up our squad member a little bit, and we'll get back in a bit. Okay, we are back, and this is actually unexpected. I do not remember running into a Beltini the last time when I was grinding on this route. But it's here, and it's my, Nuzlocke encounter rules. This thing is obviously a dragon type. So, honestly, I feel like this could be a pretty useful fusion. Especially, like, if it has Drakini's shed skin paired with, like, the powders and stuff. This could actually be a really great fusion for problematic Pokemon. And we got it. I was considering whatever dragon I found next, fusing it with that Zubat I have from Swinub's original fusion, but I actually think this could be really good. And it's grass type, too. So it's going to be really effective against Misty. I think this is going to be a really good addition to the team. And I have, like Route 1's pretty perfect to grind it on, because there's a lot of Poliwrags there that give pretty decent experience. And they're water types. I think I'm happy with Gilyu being at level 10. So I'm going to go get Beltini up to that level, maybe a little bit higher, because Gilyu does have Dragon Rage, which will one-shot, I think, pretty much everything on the routes we'll be going through. I checked the other routes we have access to right now. Sadly, no dragons. But honestly, I feel like just 2 Pokemon might still do us for Misty. Especially if they both end up with Dragon Rage. That actually looks really good. I've never seen that fusion before, but I'm a big fan of it. Might even be able to just grind it in the woods. I guess we'll see. Either way, I'm going to grind Beltini up to a semi-decent level so that it can deal with the trainers on the next route. And then we'll go poke around on that route for a bit, see if we can't find anything, and I'll be back. I knew I had one more. I knew that I had seen a Shelgon somewhere. I couldn't remember if it was Route 2, but no, it was Route 1. So I think this thing will take a Vine Whip because it is a Shelgon, and this thing is... Okay, I forgot that was only neutral. This, however, would be great to fuse with Zubat. requiring a bit of grinding, but the potential of having a poison type that wouldn't actually be weak to fairy. Well, I guess maybe Beltini could be a poison type if I reversed it, but I kind of like the way that it looks right now. And I feel like also having the stab grass type is pretty good, and I don't want to reverse that again. God, that was the first time it shook this whole time. Come on, Shelgon. Oh. Ah. No! I was meaning to switch Pokemon to Gilyu, who resists Bite and Ember, and Rage is basically a non-damaging move with how weak it is, and that's the first encounter I actually have to face that I failed, because, like, sure, in the last episode, I swear to God, if this is another Shelgon, I'm gonna be pissed. That's just a Poliwag. I debated not attacking it, but it's level 2. It's not going to kill Beltini. Because, like, I failed the Smoochum encounter on... forget the actual route. The Victory Road route. But, like, that was, you know, the point where I could be like, I don't have an Ice type yet. I just want to get on with the run, so we'll just pretend that didn't happen. Failing that one, when I've already got 2 dragons, I can't ignore. So that's just like, that's the way it is. Alright, well, as you can see, Beltinian is almost to the point where I'm comfortable taking it to the future routes, and maybe we'll get a new dragon there. But I'm going to pause again so I don't waste too much time on the recording grinding, and I'll be back when it's time to actually start making progress. See, this is what I was saying earlier. I could have a team of 4 pseudo-legends, except actually I couldn't, because this is also Viridian Forest. Still bummed that I lost that Shelgon, but I did want to prove I did see Dino here, and I thought I saw it on Route 2 as well. I remember seeing it somewhere when I was grinding up my Smoochum Smoolith, because I remember being super worried that it already had Dragon Rage, and it would just, you know, insta-kill a Pokemon. Yeah, I thought the fact that Dino did in fact exist was worth noting. If this wasn't a Nuzlocke, I would so have like 4 pseudo-legends on my team, and then like the Larvitar Swinub would be making its way on for the Elite Four. Which I am still debating on whether or not I want to do like an All-Stars style team when I get to the Elite Four, because I think that could be pretty interesting. But, don't know. I guess we'll see when we get there. If and when. Anyway, I'm going to finish up grinding. There's another dino. And I'll be back when it's time to actually make some progress. Alright, I am back, and as you guys can see, both Gilyu and Beltini are level 10, which I think is going to do pretty good for what we're going to encounter. And I did just remember, I picked up some more mushrooms while I was making my way through. And I wanted to sell these ones and the poison ones. They don't sell for much, but they're literally useless. So we can finally start actually making some real progress. I'm not too panicked because Gilyu is fast as fuck boy and has Dragon Rage, so, you know, the only thing we have to fear is fairies itself. Oh yeah, I always forget about this, where you get the guaranteed encounter with a Pokemon that has its hidden ability. Could be pretty big for us depending on what exactly it is. I just realized I left my mouse sitting in the exact middle of the screen. I hope that doesn't... Well, our hidden ability encounter is hot, stinky garbage, because I really doubt Sentry's going to be very much use even with a, even with its hidden ability. Unless it's like huge power. He's so derpy. I love him. But he does have to die. See, this is why you get dragons. This is the whole reason I picked dragons. Fent. I don't imagine too many people are going to be protect stalling. Unfortunately, Beltini has yet to learn Dragon Rage, and I don't remember what level exactly Dratini gets it. But it does have a stab move that actually does deal damage, so I'm also not too panicked. Aside from when they bring out the flying types, because, you know, that is a bit of a not cash money for Beltini. I feel like I should do more than just talk about what's going on the screen, and actually maybe just tell a story to keep things interesting while I'm doing all this battling. So what I will say is, I was scrolling through Reddit earlier, and I saw a thread discussing, like, you know, the usual, like, what would you change about X thing, and they were talking about Sun and Moon, the anime. And I didn't know that people had, like, such high opinions of the Sun and Moon anime. Like, everyone was saying you can't really change much about it, it was perfect, and that was kind of wild to me. Because for me, Sun and Moon as an anime was very hard to get through. It was like a slog anytime I had to watch it. Purely because, and I don't actually think doing growth is going to do me any good here, but purely because it didn't feel very Pokemon-like since Ash wasn't traveling. And, you know, in a regular season of the anime, you kind of have this guarantee of there can't be too much filler. Because Ash is traveling, he's going from one place to another, they can only keep him in the woods for so long before he has to get to the next town and do something towards getting his gym badge, towards the goal, towards the league. But Sun and Moon, we didn't really have that guarantee. You know, there wasn't really a big goal Ash was working for most of the series. He was just kind of there. And that made it very hard for me to get through most of the episodes. Like, it had its moments, but Sun and Moon for me just felt a lot more stagnant. Especially, like, Ash catches his main team, like Litten, Rowlet, Rockruff. All of that happens within, like, the first 20 episodes. And there's not really a lot of evolutions taking place in that time either. So, it all felt very frozen. I also really wasn't a big fan of the Alola League. That was like a main thing I would change if I was to be in charge of rewriting the Sun and Moon anime. The Alola League felt way too, like, casual, happy-go-lucky. And, like, it felt so unserious. And because, like, Ash didn't have a full team, no one else could, so you knew exactly how the league was gonna go. Plus, I don't know why they shoehorned in the, like, Guzzlord invasion. I guess just because they needed Ash to have a 6th Pokemon and their only option was either Poipole or Solgaleo. Okay, Twister's gonna be great because you have a special attack raising nature. That is hilarious. The fact that I delete Rap and because of Bellsprout's moveset it immediately tries to learn it again. I love that. But yeah, overall, I'd say Sun and Moon. I didn't watch Journeys, so I can't really weigh in too much on that, but I'd say out of what I did watch the Pokemon anime, Sun and Moon was like my least favorite, just because it was the most... It was the strangest. It didn't really feel like Pokemon for most of it. Or it didn't feel like the usual Pokemon anime, if that makes sense. Oh god, oh shit. I forgot my whole team was weak to flying. You know, I specifically fused Gible with a Riolu because I wanted the dragon fighting, and then I just forget that it's dragon fighting and nearly get it killed. Oh my god. And I'm getting anxious about the amount of time I'm taking. I think I am gonna skip all this. God, I forgot how much, like, more there is to get through before we actually get to, like, Cerulean and taking on Misty, because I do want to do all this stuff with Bill beforehand. And I think you might need to. I'm not positive. I think I'm going to pause recording for the rest of this route. And then get back. Either... I might just get back, like, for the rocket encounters. Honestly, maybe even skip that and just go to right when they're doing the triple fusion, because that's really the story element. I don't know. I'll come back when I feel like interesting stuff is going to happen again. Alright, we are back. So I talked to Nurse Joy outside, got her to come back and do her job, and got Brock to show up. But potentially interesting thing here is Magikarp. Whatever. You gotta be kidding me. No. The Magikarp randomized into another Zubat. Oh god. Okay. Well, I've got some more poking to do around this route. Then we'll head into the cave. If I find anything interesting, or if I've had a couple close calls where I almost was like, maybe I should unpause the recording in case Beltini dies. That's why it's only level 12. Well, Gilyu is now level 14, just because, you know, when your Dragon type does with that's fused with the most the type with the most the most weaknesses in the game. Yeah, or no, Grass has the most weaknesses. It's up there. What the hell was that? Anyway, I've got some more poking around to do on this route before we call it that there's no dragons here. Plus, it's just useful to know where Pokemon are. Like, we get flying. Hey, Pidgey's an option. It's right here. So I've got some more poking around to do, then we'll head into the cave. If anything interesting happens, I'll come back. Alright, back already. And that is because, as you can see, I have found a Dratini, which is technically an encounter, but also technically species claws. So I'm torn on whether or not I should try to catch this. But technically Beltini was the encounter, not Dratini. It's just that Dratini was fused with the Bellsprout. So I think I'm going to fudge the rules here for the sake of more team members, and I am going to try to catch this Dratini. I'm just now realizing that paralysis is not going to stick at all because this thing definitely has shed skin. But hey, a man can dream of a slightly easier to catch Dratini. And we now have a level 5 Zubat to fuse it with, which would be really fun. Especially because I have seen quite the number of fairy types in the routes. Like, funnily enough, Jigglypuff is here. Like, that's another wild Pokemon in the cave. So I think that's pretty interesting. That's way too appropriate to have a Pokemon that actually evolves by a Moonstone getting randomized here. Oh, come on, Dratini. Oh, wow. That is entirely too well timing. I'm gonna ignore it. I don't need the paralysis to catch you. I don't even care if I do. Okay, Dratini's not one for Tsunderays. We gotta be honest, Dratini, I really want you on the team. I can have 2 Dratini fusions. Or not. Beltini, I know you have shed skin. I checked your thing. I'm gonna have to use a potion on. This one's a freaking troll. See, this is why I'm not doing a hardcore Nuzlocke. I'm just doing a regular one. Because I don't like... Oh, now you want to work, Beltini. Well, that's fine, but... You know what I'd appreciate is this Dratini getting in the ball. I've got limited time in this recording, so would you work with me? Thank you. See, if you bring up you're a YouTuber with virtually no subscribers, but you don't mention the no subscribers part, Pokemon like you. Anyway. Gosh, dang it. good to know there's Smoochum here. It's not like I already have a Smoochum or anything. Trigger the Team Rocket encounter so that Brock will give us... Because, like, honestly, I feel like both Nurse Joy and Brock were trolling. Rare candy. That's always helpful to see, especially in a series like this where, sure, it's off camera for you. Ooh, I love Fletchling. I never get a chance to use Fletchling because, like, Charmander is my favorite Pokemon. So whenever I play through X and Y, I always end up catching a Pidgeotto. I always end up catching, or I end up using the Charmander that the professor gives you, and oh my god, I nearly just lost Beltini. Pidgeotto, I just want to run, but I'm going to kill you now because you nearly killed Beltini. Please don't kill Gilyu. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Oh god. I might need to run back to Pewter and buy some repels, because nasty, nasty wild Pokemon in here. But anyway, because of the gift Charmander, I never use the Fletchling line because I always ditch it, because Charizard's my favorite Pokemon and can Mega. And then in Sun and Moon, not only do you get it later in the game, but you get it at a point. I want to see if Dratini Fuse is cool with Zubat. I feel like all of the 151 have... Do we go with the Dragonfly or Poison Flying? I like the idea of a Poison Flying type. Or wait. Poison Flying. Did I just goof? Or am I just being stupid? I think I'm being stupid. Yeah, Poison Dragon. What am I saying? Poison Flying. Shed Skin again. That's legitimately one of... I feel like plus speed's gonna be good for a Pokemon like this still. It has Magikarp's moveset. It has Magikarp's moveset. Gift Pokemon retain the movesets of the Pokemon. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably gonna have to switch train this thing because yep, can't go. All right, I should finish my Fletchling thought before I completely leave. Oh wait, actually, that reminds me. I don't want to teach any of these guys. Actually, no, Rock Smash would be good because it's Stab, and it's a TM in this game. Yeah, some Thugs and Plaque. But when I play Sun and Moon, not only is it way later, but I tend to favor Salandit as a fire type, just because, like, Fire Poison legitimately so good in that game. So I never use it, so if we get Flying, I'll have to remember that Fletchling is there. See, super helpful that that's a team in this game, because now I can teach it to Gilyu. Probably Over Endure. I think Sand Attack, if I get in a tough spot, could legitimately save me. Alright. I guess I'm gonna get back into this. Zucchini will probably sit back burner for a bit, but I'll switch train it once I get Beltini up a bit, especially if it gets Dragon Rage. But yeah, I'll come back if anything else interesting happens. Alright, so I wanted to come back just because I legitimately almost just wiped. Like, so I'm staring at this jiggly fairy right here, which sounds like an innuendo. Nearly immediately killed Beltini. Switched in Zutini, because quad weak to fairy, versus, you know, actually has stab super effective on fairy. And I was like, I'm probably going to lose Zutini here, and I might wipe. But thankfully, this thing has been fully paralyzed the last 3 turns, allowing me to take it down. That was so terrifying. But hey, new team member already putting in work. Also, I looked it up. Apparently Dratini is supposed to learn Dragon Rage at level 15. At least, that's assuming that Infinite Fusion uses the Sun and Moon. Because when I looked it up, it said Infinite Fusion used the Gen 7 movesets for Pokemon. So, assuming it uses specifically the Sun and Moon one for Dratini, switch. Assuming it specifically uses the Sun and Moon one for Dratini, we should get Dragon Rage somewhat soon. Also, we got Force Palm and I got rid of Sand Attack because I still need Rock Smash. God, we are 30 minutes in. Anyway, that was terrifying. So I'm gonna get back to doing stuff. I really do want to beat Misty this episode. I don't want to save it for like a two-parter. So we'll be back once, probably just once I get out of the tunnel. I don't imagine anything else interesting is gonna happen. So as you can tell, that was another close call. I keep risking what I'm pretty sure is my best Mon right now. Who's learning Bite? Oh, well that's better than Map. Anyway, almost out of the cave, and then next up, big thing will be the rival battle, and after that I think the only thing we'll have left to actually catch on the recording will be the gym fight. I can't imagine too much else interesting happens unless we find another encounter. But yeah, hopefully I don't lose any Pokemon before then. Guess we'll see. Alright, we are back, and I have found a dino just outside of Cerulean City. Now, while this is very exciting, you know, the Pseudo Legend Squad truly is eternal, it might not be. Because the trouble with this is that Dino already has Dragon Rage. So, I'm gonna... Oh god, this is so nerve-wracking. This thing definitely has Dragon Rage, and if it goes for it, Zutini's out. These two can each only take one hit. Okay. But if I can catch this, that'll be huge. And I know exactly what I want to fuse it with, and I'll... Okay. Oh, I should have went and bought Great Balls. Because, like, every Pokeball that doesn't work is a risk. It's not going for it for whatever reason. I'm like, actually, like, my heart is pounding right now. I really want this. Yes! Oh, that is so great. And I'll show you what I want to... It's one of those ones where I technically have to bend the rules a bit. But it's also terrifying because, like, this is about, like, the best spot I could hope for to grind up squad members for the rival. And there's Wild Dino here with Dragon Rage. Once I get Zutini to level 15, it'll be fine, but in the meantime, like, Zutini's the one I really need to grind right now. And it's also now, or was the one. Now I also have a Dino I need to grind. But I know what I want to fuse it with. Remember how I said I was opening up an opportunity with that Mankey trade? This guy will not be here if you don't get either the Bellsprout or the Mankey. Or the Bellsprout or the Tyrogue. So... I think I need a water type. Yeah. And I obviously don't have one. So, I think I saw some in Mount Moon, though. So if we can get a water type, I can get my favorite Pokemon and fuse it with legitimately one of my favorite Pseudos. I don't know if that'll be a permanent fusion. Could be good, though, because Dragon Rage. Man, Ice was, like, struggling to find even so much as a single... I forgot to heal. Ice was struggling to find, like, even a single encounter, and I only ended up getting 2. Dragon, I've been eating. It just, you know, with the slight concern that any Pokemon I send out could die of a Dragon Rage. But I'm going to go find that water type in Mount Moon, grind up Zutini a bit. And we'll be back when I'm ready to take on the rival. Alright, so went back and caught a Half-Wag. Now, I do think it would be cheating if I were to unfuse this and kept the Happiny half, so we're just going to trade it as fused. Just because I'm kind of already fudging the, like, encounter and, like, Nuzlocke encounter stuff. But hey, I'll fudge whatever I need to get a Charmander on me. And again, similar to last time, my brain went dead. Zero hesitation on fusing this Charmander. directly with Dino. We do have to... Oh, I might be bringing back the Darkfire at some point. But we gotta go with the one that is actually a dragon type for now, because that is the only type we are allowed to use and lose. And he's perfect. Look at my boy, Charino. I don't know what it is about Insurgents randomizers, but I keep getting dinos in them, which is terrifying because, like, if I'm even considering, like, the Nuzlocke aspect of it, every dino I see is a potential wipe this early in the game. But, we now have... Ooh, smokescreen. I lost one accuracy. We now have an absolute unit. And actually, we have I'm really liking the way this dragon team looks. Like, roll call. Charino, Gilyu, Beltini, Zutini, absolutely amazing looking team. So that means it is now time to grind these guys up. I think getting them, maybe like getting Charino, I think I want to get all of them up to 16 and then take on the rival. Might be a little bit low, but, well, we're using dragons. I think we'll be fine. So yeah, I'm going to get to grinding up the rest of this squad, and I will be back once I'm ready to take on the rival. Right, I took a few days to just kind of work on some other stuff, so I'm back. So the recording might be a little bit different. It might look a little bit different, be a bit different size. But as you can see, Charino is about to evolve. I did some grinding, worked on some other stuff. Are you kidding me? That wasn't enough? But I figured, first evolution of this series, actually, kind of a big deal. Probably want to get that on camera. Plus, this is kind of the threshold of, now we're gonna go take on the rival once this is done. I'm actually, I didn't look on the website to see what this looks like. I just looked at the final evolved form. Oh, he's so perfect. Or actually, Charino is a girl. But yeah, so the squad is ready. I think it's gonna be a 4-on-4. I don't know if they changed. It's been a while since I've done this part of the game, so I don't know if they really like changed the rivals team a bunch compared to the regular games. I'm actually playing through Fire Red right now, so I keep getting mixed. Kind of mixed signals, like not completely. And I just realized I've led with the worst Pokemon because he's gonna lead with his flying type, and I've got my fighting type up front. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, level 18? See, that's quad resisted. We might outspeed though. I think I'm gonna risk it. Oh. Okay, I guess he didn't like that matchup either. And now we got Zutini. Hear me out. This is gonna be crazy. But I think we Dragon Rage. Now hear me out again. We Dragon Rage. I kinda wanna use like one member per these battles. Gilyu 17, that's wonderful. Mantata. I want to say Mankey Rattata. We'll give Charino a bit of flexing time. And my strategy here is a bit crazy. We Dragon Rage. Oh wait, we actually don't resist that because we're not Dark type. That was a close one. Lit Whirl. Oh yeah, this is a starter. I think actually Beltini's actually really, because I'm pretty sure this is Ghost Water, which means, well, even then Fire would only be neutral. Oh, that is so cool. I love that. Leads with a Rain Dance, that's fine. I wasn't really planning to use Fire moves. I've got this wacky strategy of spamming Dragon Rage. So it makes all the battles really close when you spam Dragon Rage at this point in the game. And, oh right, his Abra isn't fused, which means it's not going to know an attacking move, which means literally anyone can take it out. But since Gilyu technically hasn't taken out a Pokemon yet, we'll give it to her. I was half tempted to quick attack, but no, we Dragon Rage. We stick to the plan. That was a close one. Take that, Catman. Alright, we are back. I forgot to pause recording while I was doing some grinding, so I had to do a bit more of an awkward cut this time. But as you can see, the squad's pretty much the same. I didn't do any poking around on the route just because I didn't want to... Like, we can only use 2 Pokemon, why get another? I think I'm ready. It's a bit risky because my highest level Pokemon is the same level as Misty's lowest level, which I'm pretty sure will have a fairy move. But I'm also pretty sure it is still... I'm pretty sure it's not a fairy type. So I think we can go with the strat, we can Dragon Rage. It's just, this is a bit more serious than I anticipated, and I regret getting cocky. So we are going to Dragon Rage. Okay. We outspeed, so that disarming voice is fine. Okay, that was the thing I was worried about. I'm not really worried about her ace, just because... Oddyu, I'm pretty sure Beltina's got this. This is like half the reason I'm not playing on the like hardcore rules. Just because I like being able to switch my Pokemon strategically when they do. Oh yeah. Never a threat. I'm gonna miss Dragon, man. This was so fun. Hopefully... So we will be able to use... Well, no, I'm still debating on whether or not I want to do All-Stars for the Elite Four, which would basically be, you know, take a look at all the Pokemon we've used in the past and form like an all-star team of them. Take like the 6 favorite, I guess, and see what we've got for them. I don't know if I should allow like trying to get encounters with those Wonder Trade tickets. That could be fun. Maybe I should. But that is unfortunately gonna be the end of the Dragon era. I would say that is very fun. We do still have some reserved non-fused Pokemon. We've got our ice types that we can always unfuse, but you know, I'm gonna miss these Dragon boys. We'll keep Gilyu in the party because I need somebody to help me with whatever the next type is. Charino, I wish I got to use you more. Hopefully I get like Fire or Dark and I can just reverse that fusion and use it again. Because I actually think a Charizard Hydreigon could be super sweet. I should probably actually heal Gilyu before I forget. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this episode. We took down Misty. In the next episode, we'll board the SSN and then take on Lieutenant Surge with whatever type we roll. I actually might do the TikTok today. It's Thursday when I'm recording, so I might do the TikTok for the next types, like right after I finish recording this one, when everything's in the editing software. And then I'll know. I do need to make the backgrounds. I've got like, I think 6 background states I need to make with the scuffed way that I do them. But yeah, episode should be out tomorrow on Friday. So if it is Friday and you're watching this, congratulations, thank you. I'm just kind of rambling because my brain's seeing the 3-minute recording and I'm forgetting that I've got like 40 minutes of footage not related to this that I had to stop the recording on. I think 40 minutes. I haven't actually done all the cuts for... well, I'll just cut after I beat the rival, so I think it's about 40. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you did enjoy. Hope it wasn't too much of a Dragon Rage sweep boredom. Next episode should be pretty fun. Hope to see you there if you want to see it. Be sure to like and subscribe. That is the first time I've ever said that. And I hope to see you on episode 3. Thank you very much for your time, and remember, Hail Gerald.